Everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today's video is going to be about the murder, the real awful murder of Tim McLean that happened in Canada back in like 2008, I believe. Sorry I haven't posted for a while again. I've just been busy with school and work, and I went on a couple of trips to go see some shows, so that was fun, but I'm back at it, and let's get into the video. I'm in college now, and when I go to school, I ride the light rail up to my school, and then I ride it back to to the nearest stop when my class is over. Generally, I feel safe on the train, and I don't think anyone's gonna kill me. I tend to sit in front of some plexiglass just in case I want an extra layer of security. Why do I bring this up in this video? Well, today I'm talking about the awful murder of Tim McLean. In the back of a bus, the victim today, Tim McLean, was brutally murdered while riding home from work. Today's video is a real doozy, so I just want to say viewer discretion is advised because there's a lot of gore. Before I get into the case, allow me to introduce our victim today, Tim McLean. He was born on October 3rd, 1985, and he was a carnival worker from Winnipeg, Canada. He was in Edmonton at the time and was heading back home to see his pregnant girlfriend, Colleen Yestrow. I think that's how you say her last name. Tim boarded Greyhound bus number 1170, which departed from Edmonton en route to Winnipeg via the Yellowhead Highway. The trip would drive through Saskatchewan and Manitoba. Those are Canadian provinces. Now, let's get into the situation and the crime. On July 30th, 2008, Tim was riding on the aforementioned bus on the aforementioned route and decided to get some shut-eye before the bus arrived in Winnipeg. Tim sat in the back of the bus, next to the crapper, in a window seat. The bus made a stop in Erickson, Manitoba, and a passenger boarded the bus. This passenger was Vincent Weiguang Lee, a homeless man described to be a tall man in his 40s with a shaved head and sunglasses. For the next few minutes, like I said, viewer discretion is advised. There's some pretty graphic description of what happened, so just beware for the next couple of minutes in case you're, squeamish. Lee initially sat more towards the front of the bus, but moved his way to the back after a short period of time. He sat next to Tim, and all seemed relatively normal. Not long after sitting next to Tim, though, Lee viciously attacked him out of nowhere with no provocation. Pulled a knife and started stabbing Tim in the throat. The driver pulled the bus over, and the driver and passengers evacuated the bus. They watched in horror on the side of the road and tried to rescue Tim before being chased off by Lee. Tim was suffering through the initial parts of the attack, screaming for help as he was being shredded by a homeless man. It gets worse as Tim's screams turned into gurgled and muffled sounds until he succumbed to his injuries. If you think that's all, then I got some more gruesome news for you. Lee didn't stop at stabbing Tim to death. He then decapitated him on the bus and began to cannibalize him. Lee wanted to and tried to drive the bus away with Tim's corpse inside, but the driver engaged the emergency immobilizer before he escaped the bus, so that was impossible. To also prevent Lee from running from the scene, a truck driver, the bus driver, and another passenger barred the door shut with some tools from the bus, such as a crowbar and some hammers, stuff like that, to get the door locked. Cops got to the scene and tried to stop Lee from desecrating Tim's corpse any further, to no avail at first. Lee held Tim's head in the window, almost gloating about what he did to the cops and other passengers. Several passengers that were at the scene were crying, and some were even vomiting from the horrific scene. Several passengers and cops stated that Lee's destruction of Tim's corpse lasted for multiple hours. Eventually, though, the cops were able to apprehend Lee and take him into custody. Sadly, the damage was done, and Tim was gone. Police in Manitoba had to break the unfortunate news of Tim's death to both his family and his pregnant girlfriend. Both parties faced immense mental stress and sadness from the event. Sadly, even, Tim wouldn't get justice for this awful way to die. In 2009, Lee's court appearance took place. Lee was found not guilty by reason of insanity and was instead given a mental health institute trip. Lee's testimony was that the voice of God told him to murder Tim. Lee was suffering from schizophrenia at the time of the murder, but still, he stabbed Tim to death, chopped his head off, and ate parts of him. He should have received some sort of prison sentence for his actions, but he did spend time in the mental ward. In 2017, though, Lee was released from the Mental Health Institute and deemed, quote, no longer a threat to the public, end quote. Tim's mother was incredibly distraught at this turn of events, saying, quote, Vince Lee committed one of the most horrific murders in Canadian history and has faded back into society. My son is still dead, end quote. After Tim's girlfriend gave birth to their child, his child was thrown into a custody war between Tim's parents and his girlfriend. Sadly, his girlfriend was never able to keep the child, and his parents won the custody. Sad for his girlfriend, but happy for his
parents, I guess. I don't know. It's a really messed up and sad situation.
Alright everyone, I hope you enjoyed the video. Sorry it was gruesome. It's gonna continue to be. I got some good ones and some really bad ones and some really bad ones. Um, Lined up over the next few weeks. I'm going into Thanksgiving break soon, so hopefully I'll be able to get more videos out. Well, not hopefully. I will be getting more videos out to you guys soon. Um, some stories like Owen Hart. I have a new idea, like analyzing some Amber Alerts for ones that ended with, the child being found alive versus ones where it was the opposite, unfortunately. But stay tuned for that over the next few weeks. I got a pretty big video coming out in a couple weeks. Um, I'll keep you guys updated as things come along. And if you guys enjoy the video, please give it a like. Make sure to subscribe to my channel and share to all your friends. Make sure you comment down below what you want to see next. And I'll see you guys in the next video.